I'll be with you in a minute, folks. Okay. Apologies about the delay. Let's see now. Where did we leave off from last night? So right from here, very good. I thought it might have sent me back to the hideout. Okay, enemies down there. Looks like at least two. Let's go whoop their ass. Get off me. No, you don't. Is he dead? Is he dead? Slippery little suckers, those little teleporters. Okay. Ah, it is on. Good. Thought for a second there I'd left my mic off. Like a twit. Let's do a little more bin rummaging. Rats. Come here, rats. Here, Rizzo.
I
need blood.
believe I'm doing this.
Staff would be so disappointed in me.
Despicable. I can't believe I'm doing this.
Look at that little sucker in there. I almost didn't even see him. Oh yes, Loxner. Nothing better than a juicy rat or three. Whoa! Didn't expect that. She full on exploded, for God's sake.
I have this thirst for blood.
Come here, you little...
This is despicable.
you could have told me they exploded before they exploded. Okay, that's that gate opened. Well, the fun is in saving my skinny little butt. Let's see. Ooh, what's that? Ooh, that's quite a high-level shotgun. Well, you just know I gotta try that one. Be interesting to see how this shotgun stacks up. Obviously, won't be any good once you get much of the skulls, but you never know about the rest of the enemies. Those big fuckers with those flamethrowers could get a good smacking from it. Ooh. I'm losing track of myself. Where did I come in? Ooh, someone's up here. Stand still, damn it. Okay, that's one down. Damn it. Is all this teleporting shit really necessary? Make you bloody dizzy, that.
I've never seen such a radical mutation.
Oh, forgot
Could it
explosion.
be a new stage in the disease's
Note to self,
evolution?
explosions. Ooh, some good handlebars too. Ooh, look at that. She turned into a gooey mess. Some trigger parts. Anything else of interest in here? Oh, something in the drawers. Something in the chest. Ooh, what's this? My precious? Oh, great. He's dating Gollum. That's gotta be the politest sex letter I've ever
So
seen.
the husband had an affair with Doris Fletcher.
The 1920s version of sexting, I suppose. Okay, where was the other house? It was over there. Okay, from here what would be the quickest way? Suppose round through the main street. Couple of corners. Down this alley.
Support the equality between men and women. Women of all countries unite.
Now that's a nice looking street and location alley. Very nice indeed. This is that dark gloomy atmosphere to it. Very, very nice.
Why are vampire hunters sniffing around here? I need to find out what they're after.
Safe place. Right now, sir. Best run along homes. Lead spotted! Watch out!
Get out of there.
Have faith, brothers! Killing bastard!
Whoa, where the hell did he come from? Sneaking up on me, the little buggers. It's definitely eye-catching, the locations. The dank, foggy nights. It's just one thing that drives me nuts is their use of the of specular maps. Everything is just a bit too shiny. It's basically it's about the one and only thing they really needed to tone down a bit, I think. Where's my charging lead? So I don't lose my battery life again. Cables everywhere. Oh god. Apologies for all the if I sound a little wheezy again, folks. Oh no, you don't. I'm sizzling a cold out of myself by cooking myself. Okay, all set. Stop doing that. Wasting my valuable blood. You little son of a... How'd you like getting shot, huh? Asshole? Oh no, it was down this entry. Excellent. Ah, good, some rats. I must, chew on a few more of the little Rizzos.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
That's probably something they should have added as well, would be a,
This
just a small number of people that would actually have no impact on the, on ratings and things. Just a few people to chew on every now and
I
then.
can't believe I'm doing this.
You know, like the dregs, the criminals, things like that.
I have this thirst for blood. I can't believe I'm doing this.
Sorry, my little rodent friends, but, you know, needs must.
This is
There we go.
despicable.
Ah, there we go, up there.
This woman's body has multiple lacerations. They're deep, too. Whoever did this was driven by rage.
Again with the rage. But Nurse Crane was so tasty. Let's face it, who doesn't want to chew on a nurse every now and then? They definitely done exceptional work on the modeling work of a lot of these locations. All the houses and furniture is all definitely very much of the time period. All the Gothic and Victorian decor.
He had his tongue removed and his eyes gouged out. He was a victim of brutal torture.
He didn't have a good time of it, that's for sure. Definitely been thoroughly chewed on.
This one's neck is broken. He was young. Probably the son.
Yeah, see, at least I do it nice and clean and gentlemanly like. That portrait again. See, if I hadn't even looked at it, I wouldn't even noticed there was someone even there. It's a good blending in of the location. Let's see, can we sneak up on them? No, it's not even an enemy. Uh-huh.
You thought I was dead too, didn't you? No, I was just pretending. Doris told me I could have been a great actress.
You killed your family.
They mocked my talent.
Talent? I see no talent here. Definitely no talent. No talent whatsoever. Give me that. What's this?
So, this girl took lessons at the famous Doris Fletcher acting school.
Doesn't show. Definitely does not show 8-hole. Anything else of use in here? Not in this room. What about the hallway here? It's probably the door out. So, yep, that's outside. So we'll check the rest of here first. I knew it.
Doris Fletcher seems to be the missing link here. It can't just be a coincidence. I should go to her acting school.
Where's her school? Oh, it's way back there. Okay, so we go here. We're just down the big main street. Okay, she's 5,000. Who's that? Oh, yes. Oh, Aloysius there. He's recovering. Still plenty more people around this area too to find. Nice. What's the other places like? Oh yes, I've got to go to Whitechapel at some point before I sleep. To recover some of those. And the hospital is still fine. And everyone here is recovering nicely too. So In case I forget, remind me about Whitechapel before bedtimes.
Between men and women.
Is this direction? No, not that street. It's just straight on down around this street.
Women of all countries unite.
Can this gate be opened from this side? Yes, it can. Excellent. That'll save me some time. Come here, you.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Back up this street again. Oh, another little bloodsucker.
You London vampires are so weak!
Yeah, not so easy anymore, is it now? Asshole. You're hardly inconspicuous walking around the streets of London with a scimitar in your hands. Okay, it's somewhere in this location. Oh, it's up that entryway. Uh-huh. In there, but that door's locked, so we'll try the back way.
Over there! There's one of them vermin!
Sneaky little bugger hiding up there. Oh no, we were in that location already. That was where one of the houses were.
There's an open window on the second floor. I should be able to get in through that.
There we go. Let us see what we can see. To see. Even though I don't want to go to sea. Oh, precious water. What's this? Or, you know, you could have just walked out the door. Suicide note, but I do not see anyone here.
Woe to you, nations of hypocrites. For in front of you stands the tall queen. You can
Everyone
but
wants to be a
lower
queen.
your head, fit only to smirk at her soiled feet.
Can that be Doris Fletcher's voice? Where does it come from?
Sit your ass down. Oh, the explosions. I keep forgetting the explosions. Oh, yes, you're right. Yes, I better not forget to open the door. Ah, what's this? What a cheerful family. Oh, that's a dead end. There's quite a few enemies around here, but I don't know where they're all coming from. That's not the front door, is it? Because big double doors usually lead to something, but I'm not sure what. Where is that thing? I hear it. Oh, there it is. This is quite a location. Actually, I'll stay on this floor for a minute first. Don't want to go down to the ground floor until I find everything here.
This is despicable. It's locked, all right.
Locked. Typical. Okay, we'll try those double doors then.
Woe to you,
nations of hypocrites. For in front of you stands the tall queen. You can but lower your head, fit only to smirk at her soiled feet. Alas, poor Doris, I knew.
Okay, so now I know where she is. That gives me more of an idea of where the front door would be. Oh shit! Oh, multiple ones in here. Crap. Stand still, damn it. Explosions, always the explosions. Well, not really. Okay, I think that'll be the front door. Come on, come on. Yes, that was the front door. Excellent. Okay, that'll avoid me having to go back and forward around the outside of the building. I think it was a line of Shakespeare, like "Alas, poor York" or something or other.
It's locked.
I could be completely wrong.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
She's gonna be a tough fight, isn't she?
Who are you? You who dared enter my realm. Are you here to worship or mock me?
I'm here to put an end to the vampire epidemic, Miss Fletcher.
Ah. But Doris Fletcher is no more. She was consumed by this putrid flesh that now enshrouds her.
You feel anger for what happened to you, but I can help you. I'm a doctor, Miss Fletcher.
Doris Fletcher is no more. All that remains are the dreams of the queen she was, and the queen she'll be. Until then,
Oh, I'll practice my
all
curtsy.
shall die, for that was her final wish.
Scimitars. Again with the scimitars.
Rise and save your queen, my slaves. On guard. I smell your fear. Your hand. Hear and obey, for your queen commands you. Behold, Kinslayer, the disgrace of she who was once renowned. Will she be the queen again once they all share my fate?
Oh, I ran out of stamina before I could zoom out of her way. Whoa! The hell was that?
Touché, sir.
Touche yourself.
I smell you.
Yeah. Everyone wants to be children of the night these days.
Come to me, my servant. Avenge me. My blade shall pierce your villainous heart, darkest prince. My children, my beloved, die!
Out of
for the
stamina here. Gotcha. Ooh, a saber too. Nice. New weapon.
Wait. I beg you, wait.
What?
I don't want to die.
And I did not come to kill you,
Oh,
Miss Fletcher.
tough shit, lady.
Will you spare me then? Save this cadaverous carcass of mine. Does your heart beat a little faster now? You fancy me then, Doctor?
No, Miss Fletcher. My dead heart will beat for only one.
Ah! Is she pretty? Is she sweet and tender?
To me, yes.
Ah! I hate her already.
I know.
Drama queen.
And this is partly why you must be destroyed.
But you just said.
That I did not come here to kill you, yes. But I realize now the threat you embody must be stopped.
Will I be remembered? Will you?
You were Doris Fletcher, the greatest actress of her generation. No one can take that from you.
Thank you. And farewell. Ah! Ah! Ah!
Talk about the most ham-fisted death pose.
Farewell, Doris.
Death scenes were definitely not her forte.
So dramatic. I love it.
Who's this?
McCullum.
How strange I seem to find you whenever I'm inquiring about that Skal infestation.
I mean you no harm.
I
I'm
don't.
here for you. But once I've put all the pieces of the puzzle together, I'm sure we'll have a little chat, you and me.
Stay away from me, McCullum. You and all your war dogs.
That I can't guarantee, Dr. Reed. But I'll let you go. For now.
I should probably leave the theater right now.
What has happened to the theater?
The West End should be safe now. But London is not. It would be wise to benefit from the Ascalon's protection while I continue my research during the Great Hunt.
favorite vampire hunter. Now that's just cruel. What about our dear old Van Helsing? Thanks for the
These
following,
people
Mike.
want me dead. I need to leave now.
Okay, where was that sword? This does 130 damage. What does that new one do? Ah, excellent. Does 140 right off the bat. But actually, I'll keep my little handsaw equipped for a minute because I want to upgrade the sword first to be able to absorb more blood.
So Doris just needed to be close to her audience to infect them. Contagion through skin. Very disturbing.
Yes, back to the Escalon Club then. Which from here is down around the corner. Hey, Gary. It's not too bad. It is a little slow on the startup,
This is
but
despicable.
once you actually start interacting with people, it starts to make it catches your interest with each conversation with
I
people.
have this.
None of the conversations are like
blood.
earth-shattering revelations, but it's all like intricate little details of things you can find out. It's quite different from some of the usual. It kind of reminds me of Vampire the Masquerade Redemption. They have that like gothic world and intriguing storytelling.
Women die too in this war.
True, there's also times when you just don't feel like a game except for anything but just a little bit of button mashing and violence for relaxation. Oh, she's here too. What have you got to say?
Elizabeth, what are you doing here?
I've been formally asked to witness your triumph, my dear. After all, isn't it the natural role of a woman to support her man in victory?
But it's you who insisted I join the Ascalon.
Please forgive my giddiness. I'm just overcome by the thrill of finally being allowed within these hallowed halls.
You certainly have an inquisitive mind. It's quite something.
Well, hopefully you'll
Elizabeth Ashbury, only you can make me smile in these difficult
Reed is an
And the
interesting
same to you,
vamp, but he's
Jonathan Reed.
he's hardly
Although have
as
your
good as
little chat
Arcane.
with the chairman, I can see he's practically bursting to hear your report.
We all just know Kane would whoop all their asses.
These hunters won't catch me.
Especially the version of Kane I'll be making with my version of Blood Omen. He'll be a beast.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Have a drink and enjoy this night, for it could be our last.
It's coming along well. I'm working on a new model of Kane right now. Just have to I'm just having a bit of issue with his eyebrows. Once I get those sorted, I'll be able to texture them fully and import them then into the engine and start working on more armor sets.
Welcome back to the Ascalon Club, Lancebearer. Please tell us the good news. Have you put an end to the epidemic?
My hypothesis was correct. Doris Fletcher was the source of the contagion in this part of town. She was probably the first to be infected.
And you cleansed her before the hunters, I've been told. Well done, Dr. Reed. You thrust your lance and pierced the very heart of the corruption.
They definitely, a bit about, quite like Blood Omen and Legacy of Kain series, they do like their poetic speeches.
But some questions remain.
The important thing is, we won a major battle for the survival of London. For that, we salute you.
Thank you, my lord.
Now, I have another task for you. One of the utmost importance. Perhaps even more so than the previous.
I'm listening.
It's time for you to perform a most sacred duty for the club. I want you to recruit a new vampire.
Recruit a new vampire? Are you sending me on some sort of diplomatic mission?
Not exactly. I want you to make Aloysius Dawson the Ekon he deserves to be.
That shriveled old prune.
I'm not sure I'm the best candidate for such a task.
I can hear the hesitation in your voice, Dr. Reed. I admire a man of principles. But in this matter, there is more at stake than your moral comfort.
It's not a moral question, Lord Redgrave. It's the responsibility of giving immortality to a man I barely know.
Nonsense. Aloysius has been a member of the Ascalon for years. This is but the fruition of a long-held plan.
How would you like me to proceed?
Aloysius is waiting for you at the Dawson estate. Once the deed is done, I'll join you there to celebrate this momentous occasion.
Where the hell do you turn him then?
A few questions.
All right, I'm listening.
Why Aloysius Dawson?
Because he is about to die. And he just may be the most influential man in England. After me, of course.
He's also as crazy as a water bug.
Did he choose me?
No, I did. My decision is very recent, to say the least, but it is entirely mine.
Yeah, you want something from the nation bloodline,
He
you.
can't wait to become your progeny, Dr. Reed. Especially now that you have shown how strong your lineage is through your sister.
How would you like me to proceed?
Don't worry. Aloysius has had many years to prepare himself. He has studied our kind for decades.
So shall I just let him drink my blood?
Yes. Aloysius will gratefully sup on your blood. His heart will slow, then stop. But he will rise again as one of us, an immortal.
Is there any danger?
Our blood alters a mortal body so deeply that some don't survive the metamorphosis. They die for good. But Mr. Dawson has been preparing himself for a long time.
Yes, I see what you mean.
You invited Lady Ashbury.
But I think I'll follow the orders for a little while, just to see how
No
it
limit.
plays out.
Not allowed as members, no.
I have no doubt I'll have the
Considering
option to
circumstances,
turn on them at some point
I
again in the
thought you'd
future.
like to have her here to witness your triumph.
So it's a temporary admittance, then.
Something of a bargain, considering the crisis we're currently facing.
Goodbye, Lord Redgrave.
What was that? Shillings. Oh dear. I shall be back in a moment, folks. Bathroom breaks, unfortunately, can't be put off in my current sickness. So I shall be back in a moment. My apologies for that, folks. Oh.
Are you all right, Jonathan?
Lord Redgrave has just ordered me to turn Aloysius Dawson. To make
Elizabeth?
him my
Who's
progeny.
Elizabeth?
I see. And how do you feel about this?
I'd like your advice.
Hey, Michael.
The real question here is, why has his lordship given you this task?
Do you think it's some sort of trap?
Do you really want to know what I think about this?
I do, yes.
Well,
To make
duh.
an immortal of a soulless blackguard like Aloysius Dawson will only lead to a disaster for London. The man is already dead inside.
Should I refuse? Perhaps politely suggest that Lord Redgrave turn the man into a vampire himself.
Don't you dare, my dear. According to what I've recently discovered, his lordship could kill you for even broaching the subject.
Really? Why?
I've recently found proof that the Earl of Bristol is of lesser lineage and only capable of creating skulls.
Uh-huh.
Please tell me more about your recent investigation.
Lineage of William Marshall my ass.
Voice.
It's coming along pretty well. As I was saying to Gary there, I'm just working on a new model of Kane at the minute. Something with a bit more of a higher polygon count because the original one was very low. Next one will be a bit bigger and have
What would you have me do?
more finer detail. I'm just working on the eyebrows at the minute.
Did you know he plans to build a wall to separate the healthy rich from the sickly poor? Do not make him your progeny.
What would you do?
The man's dying already. Let the Reaper harvest the rotten fruit that is his soul.
Yeah, he's coming along pretty well. The only thing is just holding me up is his eyebrows. I have to model those, then texture them, and finish up the rest of his textures. Once I get that sorted, I can put him into the engine, start working on the some of those new armor sets that our artists have made up. Then, of course, I can start doing work on his body then to take away some of the unneeded polygons for under the armor that no one will ever see, and he'll be fully optimized for game work. And then my animator can start making up some new, more interesting animations for him.
Are you sure your information?
It
about
might be on
Redgrave
console.
is correct?
I'm planning to
He says he's
to
the
add it to
progeny
consoles
of
if I
the
can.
great knight William
Code it
Marshall,
as much for
who
consoles.
lived some 9 centuries ago.
Square Enix,
That's
do
a
you
lie. Lord
do you
Redgrave
actually be the
is
ones that
unable to
publish it
create
then? The
anything but
sale, what
skulls.
platforms it go to would probably go to them.
Souls survive at all.
I'll code it as much as I can for basically all platforms. Except for mobile, of course. I don't think it'll be able to handle it.
How can you be sure the information was correct?
I made the acquaintance of a most interesting informer while investigating your maker, from whom I learned the truth about Lord Redgrave.
Why so vindictive? You suddenly sound like you're angry.
Forgive me, Jonathan, I hate myself for it, but I feel such pride in my discovery. I'm afraid I just can't help it.
Which is?
He did serve William Marshall, and yes, the blood he covets as a token does truly belong to that legendary knight. But he was never his progeny. His lineage is not so noble.
He's a lesser squirt.
What would happen if I made Dawson an Ekon like myself?
You would add a powerful immortal into a suffering world. An immortal who already craves authority.
Maybe I could teach him control, like you taught me. Lead him down the right path.
Mr. Dawson spent his life searching for a way to cheat death. I'm sure he has spent decades dreaming of how he'd spend eternity as a tyrant.
Goodbye for now, Elizabeth.
Goodbye, my dear. Please,
The Trump
be
of the
careful.
1920s. Let's see now. What's my experience sitting at the minute? Ooh, it's a 9,000. Very nice.
It looks like vampires have to obey Mendel's laws when producing progeny. Powers pass from one generation to another. That's why Dawson wants me to sire him.
Equality between men and women.
Let's see, where is he? Oh, he's up there. I think I should probably go to Whitechapel first to heal those people. Always make him the following night. And spend some of this experience as well. Because if I do let this guy die, I'm pretty sure the Escalons will not like it.
Good evening, Miss Ashbury.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed.
What do you know about Aloysius Dawson?
That man is a tyrant, the embodiment of greed and selfishness. All I despise about this country.
Wow. Don't hold back. Tell us how you really feel.
Goodbye, Charlotte. Give my best regards to your mother when you see her.
She's been quite busy these last few nights. I suspect you may see her before me.
Is this the way to Whitechapel? Yes, it is.
Let's pin it down!
Pin yourself. Okay, here we go, Whitechapel. Now let's see who has what here. Fatigue, bronchitis. Have I got medicine for bronchitis at the minute? Yes, I do. Excellent. Okay. So we've got everything we need.
Its effectiveness has been proven by many. Even the flu is no match for the Swanborough cordial.
The sun was up here, wasn't he? Yes, there he is. Yep, fatigue.
How are you, boy?
I'm not your boy, all right? Now piss off.
Do you need assistance?
Please. Feeling tired these days.
Oh, now it's a please. 1 minute ago it's piss. It's piss off. Now it's please.
Let's hope nobody steals it
Oh,
from
you little.
Very funny.
Goodbye, young man.
Snackable soon. Very soon. Alright, the shopkeeper. I don't know where the hell he is, though.
Someday you'll understand. You've wasted your life away.
Was that? Oh, how handy. He's right there.
Good evening, sir. Do you remember me?
If you're here for a reward, you'll be sorely disappointed. But I'll gladly shake the hand of a fellow countryman.
I'm not here for a bounty. I'm a doctor. Dr. Reed from the Pembroke.
A doctor? In Whitechapel? What an opportunity. My name's Bates. Cadogan Bates.
Do you require assistance, Mr. Bates?
Not me, but your skills could help a lot of people round here. That would help my business, because I say a live tenant's a paying tenant.
Hmm. He's the soul of generosity, isn't he?
Since I took an oath to help people, can I be of assistance?
Well, seen better days, that's for sure. But it was bound to happen with all these refugees about.
Infecting you is probably the last thing on these people's minds.
Yeah, he's definitely not going to last long.
In any case.
What? You give me this for free? Don't have a clue about this place, do you?
You seem to have recovered well since your attack. Do you ever think about what happened to you?
Not much. It was a fucking nightmare. Savages, absolute bloody savages. Their appearance. Jesus. It made me want to puke.
You'd better not come back here. I won't be around next time to save you. It's unusual to see someone so happy around here, especially considering the current situation.
Why should I be sad now? There've always been wars, disease, tragedy. There always will be.
That's an unusual way of seeing things in these trying times.
I don't see why I should shed a tear for another man's woes. I'm healthy, and I intend to stay so.
For some reason, he's got a lot of things to, He's got a lot of 3 hints up there, but there's only 1 hint required here. Unless these 2 open up later.
How are conditions in Whitechapel at present?
The way this sickness is spreading, I don't think there'll be enough new bloods to replace those tenants I'm losing from this bloody thing.
What is your business exactly?
I offer fair lodgings for a modest price to the poor and weary of Whitechapel.
I see.
Yeah, and we believe that, surely.
Those who cannot pay?
Well, deals can be done, if you know what I mean. Money's not the only currency. After all, I'm not immune to a pretty face.
In other words, you take advantage of these poor lost souls.
Begging your pardon, I thought you was a man who could appreciate the complexity of the modern world. Things ain't just black and white, you know.
What help could I possibly be to your business?
That's simple. I already get good money from all those fleeing the war. Can you imagine what they'd be willing to pay if I could offer medical assistance too?
Mr. Bates, do not make me regret saving your life in this quarantine zone.
I understand, Dr. Reed, you're from a good family. Don't want to get your hands dirty. That's fine. I'll be happy to act as your middleman.
If I were entering into the world of street medicine, it would be on my terms and without such dubious associates as yourself, Mr. Bates.
So it's a no then. That's too bad. The Reed tonic could have really helped people, you know, save lives. Isn't that what you do? I mean, people buy that Swanborough shit.
Tell me, what's your honest opinion of the increasing violence in London?
People are just beginning to discover what we've always known. This city's rotten to the core. They just took their bloody time to wake up and notice it.
What do you mean?
People are acting like the violence is news. But it's always been savage down here. It just bubbles to the surface every now and again.
Have you heard anything about Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
Not really.
A man such as yourself, knee-deep in the muck of Whitechapel, must know more. Speak now.
Heard it closed after the owners died. Refugees don't want to come to Whitechapel no more. Scared, I hear.
You sound disappointed.
As long as she was there at the dispensary, it attracted more immigrants and kept my place full. Such a shame.
This guy.
Why am I not convinced?
Maybe it's because you lack faith. Being a skeptic must be useful for a man of science.
Goodbye, Mr. Bates.
No, that I'll probably have to spy on him for the last one or something at some point.
This district seems to get uglier every year.
Mr. Bates.
Evening, Doctor.
Maybe I chose one of the
You
wrong
seem to have
options.
recovered well since your attack. Do you ever think about what happened to you?
Not much. It was a fucking nightmare. Savages, absolute bloody savages. Their appearance. Jesus. It made me want to puke.
You'd better not come back here. I won't be around next time to save you.
Something must be done to unlock this last one so I can eat this damn guy.
Goodbye, Mr. Bates.
Come on, take a look. Don't be afraid.
Good evening, Mr. Lewis.
Dr. Reed, pleasure to see you again.
You seem happier than you were.
Surprisingly, when I'm not threatened, my mood improves greatly.
Do you need help, sir?
To be honest, I'd prefer you take a look at my stuff. I'd rather be rich and sick than the contrary.
I certainly ain't making your lazy ass rich.
Please, take this. You'll feel better.
Really? Free? Don't take it personally, but charity usually comes at a price. Human nature being what it is.
Now that Joe is gone, don't you think someone should take care of Harry?
Probably. I don't see why you're telling me this.
You knew Joe for a long time. His son can't be a complete stranger to you.
Yeah, well, the boy's dad chose to remind me every night that we weren't friends anymore. I learned my lesson, so to hell with the boy.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Lewis.
So let's check on the lad. See how he's doing after his daddy went bye-bye.
There's nobody here.
These are bad times indeed. These are bad times.
Strange. Lost? What do you mean lost? How could it be lost? What do you do? Fall down the drain? Petition letter? Let's see. That one? Oh yeah, I read that one. Oh, now it brought up a new hint. Strange, I could have sworn I read that when I got it. Oh well, that's everyone recovering now. Now, you, sir.
Mr. Bates.
Evening, Doctor.
Small experience, true, but this guy, he needs chewed on. For some, it's not for the experience, just for the sheer thrill of killing them. And him, I will definitely enjoy doing him. As sour as his disposition.
Deserve such punishment. My only regret is that no one will mourn me, for I have never been loved.
Whitechapel Street in Pembroke Hospital, eh? Let's see, that's probably somewhere along this street here. I'll find him at some point when I'm heading that way. For now, though, it's time I go to the hideout, do some upgrades, and let everyone recover for the night. Oh yes, I was going to upgrade that saber too that I got from crazy actor lady. Oh, what's that? Oh, how nice. Oh, handy, handy. 140 blood instantly. Nice. Not a huge amount, but still nice. Okay, let's see. Saber, let's see what's available. Decrease stamina consumption by 10% or increase damage dealt. Increase stamina. Okay. Increase damage. Decrease stamina. And then absorb some blood. What's it take to get this to level 5? Ooh, I have everything to get it to level 5 too. And let's see. I need some aluminium parts. Okay, next shop I go to, I must look for some aluminium parts. Probably can't upgrade the shotgun now because of that. Oh no, we could. Excellent. Let's look at here first. Okay. Increase the damage. Increase the damage. Oh, don't have the upgrade for that one. Do we get that one later? I'll hold off on those upgrades for the minute. I'll just upgrade it to level 5. But I won't upgrade any of these options yet until I decide. Let's recycle some of this shit too. Oh, there's some aluminium right there. Excellent. Powder. Ah, there's plenty of aluminium parts now. Keep forgetting about some of these things to recycle them for some goodies. There we go. Now let's see. My steak. Where's my steak? 3. Can I get it to level 4 too? Yes, I can. Excellent. But what about the saber there? What do I need for it first? Okay, so far I've got damage, stamina, bloodletting. What do you think, Luxner? More damage or more blood? Probably leaning towards blood myself. And yes, probably for damage would probably be more of a requirement. It's a tough choice between these two. I'll go with damage for now and we'll see how it does. If I start getting low on blood, I can always switch it later, or even switch one of the other ones. So let's see, that's the saber. Now the steak. It's at level 4. Can I get it to level 5? No, I can't. Let's see. There we go. And 3 stun points when he's hit, or decrease stamina consumption. What's that one do? I've already got decreased stamina and add 3 stun points, so yeah, we'll add some more stun. Level 5. Oh, we can go right up to level 5 with this too. And might as well get a little blood absorption as well. It won't be much, but any blood absorption is always good. So there we go, that's the steak, the saber, and the shotgun all at max level. White phosphorus, I'll have to keep that in mind. Sodium hydroxide. Got enough rivets to increase the damage, but still deciding on this one. Wait a minute, I should probably make up a couple more medicines too while I'm here. A cold medicine or 2, a headache one or 2, and a bronchitis or 2. That should cover most of the things I might need, and of course for myself. There we go. That should cover most of it. Now my skills. Let's see. Claws. 4,500. Wow. My abyss. What does it take to upgrade that? 3,000. Do quite a good damage jump too. So might as well, because it's a very good skill. And my autography. Heal yourself instantly, gain an additional boost to health regeneration. Good to know, good to know. Claws. It's tough with that Shadow Mist. It was quite useful against the actor, so I maybe should upgrade it a little bit. It's increased range and damage. Oh, that's good. There we go. And now, so I've got the blood capacity at level 3. Big thirst 3. It's at 5 and it's at 4. Get that to 5 as well. Might as well max that out now completely. There we go. Now let's see what's affected what. He's done in. Still in the series, so it didn't really affect the region. So that's not too bad. Oh crap. Crash error. That's not fun. Not fun at all. Give me a second, folks, and we'll get this back up and running, hopefully. Little crasher as I switch to menu screens. Oh, hey, Shirley. Didn't see you there. Okay. Can y'all see the game back up again now, or? Good, good, good. I don't know what affected the other regions. Let's see. It's serious, but there's still a lot of people to interact with here, so I'm not too worried. Oh, hospital's gone down a bit. Fatigue. Headache. Headache. Oh, we must help our little queen out. And, oh, gotta help Tippets. He's a headache too. Okay. So fatigue, 2 headaches. No, 3 headaches. Oh. What's here? He has a cold. And 2 colds. Okay. 2 colds, 3 headaches, and fatigue. Okay, let's see what I've got. 2 colds, 3 headaches, and fatigue. I'll have one extra of each, just in case. It's always handy. Just in case you don't get them from one time to the next. Now, let's see, do I equip all my stuff too? Equip that. And it's on the shotgun. And that. Excellent. Swap that one, level 1 for that one. Oh, actually, it's supposed to be that one. Yes. And that one goes into my main slot. Okay, we're looking pretty good now, I think. There's no one to help in this location. Just back in some of the older locations. The docks and hospital. Hospital down there. And oh, what's this? Oh, new dialogue with Swansea too. It's a little out of the way. Of course, I could also go down this way and see if I can find Harry anywhere down along that street. On the way to the hospital. And I haven't talked to Swansea in quite some time. What the hell, we'll do a little exploring, shall we? Might come across an enemy or two to test our new strengths.
As long as you have the money.
Oh, there she is too. Forgot about her.
Good evening, Zhao Shu.
I haven't spoken to her since the graveyard.
It's good to see you again.
How do you feel? now that you're back in Whitechapel?
I've decided to follow your advice, sir. I won't forget the dead, but my efforts will be for the living.
I've no doubt. That is a wise and useful attitude in this part of town.
To be completely honest with you, I'm also doing this for myself. If I'm destined to survive this epidemic, I need my life to have some purpose.
Excellent, that's her at full experience as well. Good to know, good to know. For future Lunchables, I mean conversation. I don't see any little red blotches that could be Harry. Oh wait, who's this? Who's this? Oh wait, that's Skulls. Crap. Oh well. How nicely OP. Let's see, is Harry around here anywhere? Don't see him. What's a Bulko doing around here? Maybe inside Cadigan's house? Who's Cadigan? That name's familiar, but I can't picture. Can't remember who it was.
There's safer places to be than here.
I have this thirst for blood. This is despicable.
Oh yes, that guy. Where was his house? It was somewhere down in here, wasn't it? I'll keep my eyes open for a door. Full out trashing these fuckers now.
Better go home, sir.
Go home yourself. I think that house down there was able to be entered. I'll check in there.
Shit! You'll pay for that!
That one was good. Two birds, one stone, most literally. Let's check in here. Ah, there he is. Oh, don't be so dramatic, my boy.
Hello, Harry. Do you remember me?
Who were these beasts? Are they contagious? Were they planning to eat me?
They're gone. Whatever they were. You had better find a safe place while you can.
I have no safe place, Doctor. My father is gone. He left me all alone in this desolate world. I wish I was dead.
Sepsis. Drat, I knew I should have made one of those.
Be careful what you wish for, boy. It could happen.
You think I'm kidding? You think I'm faking it? I loathe my life and this town. I just want it all to end.
Maybe you felt smothered, but your desire to die at this moment may prove that you loved him, that you cannot bear his loss.
How dare you?
Enough! Drop that gun, now.
Very well. Keep it then. It was my father's gun. He never used it.
Go back to Whitechapel, young man. There is nothing
pistol.
for you
Good,
here.
good. Yeah, stay there until I can get some medicine for you. And once I do, oh, I'm gonna eat him for his whining. Insufferable little pest. Yes, there's a hideout right there. How convenient. Let's see, what kind of, how good's the pistol? Not as strong as a shotgun.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Okay, he had sepsis, wasn't it? He went right for the big one.
Go back home, Harry. This is no place for you.
What is my place then? I don't have a home. I have nothing left.
Cry me a river. It's not even letting me heal him now. Probably have to wait till tomorrow night when he goes back home. I'll heal him tomorrow night. What the hell is that? Oh, there's no skull there. Okay, to the hospital. We'll talk to Swansea and we'll heal some of the people in here. Ignoring my medical duties, you know, and me such a fine doctor.
What news, Jonathan? I've heard you've now joined the vampire elite of London.
Did Elizabeth tell you?
So it's Elizabeth now. My. Things are moving quickly. I turn my back for a moment and away you go.
Have you seen Lady Ashbury recently?
Yes, she popped in yesterday. Told me about your new friends in the West End.
Just a courtesy visit.
Yes, and no. She was en route to the docks, I think, following a lead concerning your maker.
Ooh, good thing I was heading to the docks. Maybe I'll see her there.
I may have found the source of the contagion. Doris Fletcher, the actress. Thankfully, in the end, she was destroyed by fire.
Really? Oh, please, do tell me more.
Doris was a heavily mutated skull, almost a new breed entirely. It's as if the disease had completely altered her mind and body. Highly contagious.
As if the disease had taken control of her will?
Yes. Once a beautiful and brilliant woman, she became motivated by hate alone.
Oh, she was a beauty. I met her when she visited the hospital to cheer up the sick. Too bad the fire destroyed her. But it was probably for the best.
Well, no districts have collapsed yet, but
Have you heard of similar cases?
No, I don't think so.
the docks had a lot of people that needed chewing.
It reminds me of an
I
old
mean,
report
Edwina, her
from
buddy, just
Well,
so
or
many
an
people there to
article,
be chewed on.
What was it about?
The author, a friar, referred to a rare form of contagion in a skull he observed during the Black Death. The carrier was always female. They called them Icors.
As long as it wasn't
How's
Igor's.
the situation at the Pembroke?
We're still holding out. Question is, for how long? What we really need is hope, Jonathan. Hope for a better tomorrow.
I'll come back later. Thank you, Edgar.
Always a pleasure to see you, my friend.
Okay, who needs what in here in the hospital? Fatigue. Headache. Oh, our dear little Selma has a headache. Tippets. Ooh, I could I could slaughter the entire docks in one night. That could be quite fun. Yes, I'll chat to Dawson first before I murder everyone in the docks. Who needs boats anyway? No, not this way. Selma was in here, I believe.
Good evening, Miss Howcroft. How are you doing?
Not well. Eternity can be such a burden. Did you know that Thomas is dead?
Mr. Elwood? Yes, I know about his death.
His blood now runs through this decaying body. I see things much more clearly now. I've even started to sense things about you.
Do you require my services, Miss Howcroft?
My condition cannot be understood by you, mortal. This curse is beyond your science.
Well,
You've been beyond aspirin?
Science finally admits failure. Please accept this little contribution.
Thank you, Doctor. Your efforts are admirable, though laughable.
Oh, she is a hoot and a half. But definitely got all I can from her, so we'll probably be snackable very soon.
Nocturnal activities.
Pippa's fine, and also 3,000 experience. But the hospital area is the area I might leave healthy to last. Who else? Nice, both the doctors. And that young fellow. Oh, there's one of them.
I'm quite busy right now, Dr. Reed.
Oh, he's healthy. He wasn't one of them. A lot of hints from him,
Since
but
your tenure in this hospital is longer than mine,
I've
perhaps
not
you can tell me
unlocked
more
about him
about
yet.
this place.
Let's just say I'm tired of the carelessness around me. I have always respected the skills of Dr. Swansea, but over time his enthusiasm has become displaced.
Carelessness? Exactly what are you talking about?
We're here to save lives. The people who trust us are not volunteering for experimentation. They're here to be healed.
I don't intend to run any radical experiments, Doctor. Even if I, as any good practitioner should, express an interest in pushing the boundaries of medical research.
Modern medical methods were created through audacity and ego. But there are rules in our line of work, and they're here to protect our patients.
Pompous asshole.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
Good evening, sir. Doctor.
$3,300. She gives some good experience. I will definitely have to chew her first before I chew her son.
Right.
Good evening, Mr. Goswick. How are you?
I'm okay.
He is very small experience. Very small indeed.
Do you need any help?
I'm afraid I may, sir. I don't mean to be a burden.
You are not a burden, sir. Healing you is my responsibility.
And you have my gratitude for that.
I have to go now, sir. But don't hesitate to contact me if you need any help.
I'm all right. Don't waste your time with me.
Good evening, Doctor. How is my son doing?
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot I missed out on her her last hint. Probably as high as their 2 experience is gonna go.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
What a huge loss.
I will not let you down, my
Oh, there's Strickland. He was one of the ones that need help.
Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed. Can I be of any help?
What do you think of Dr. Ackroyd's aversion to modern medical methods?
It's a shame he's so narrow-minded. Dr. Swansea taught me that science is about exploring uncharted territory. I'm convinced that's true.
With the influenza and all that's going on, you should put your differences aside, don't you think? Why is it so difficult to work together?
I believe that if Dr. Ackroyd had been the one to discover the transfusion process, he would be the first to recommend its use.
So you believe it's just a question of jealousy and pride?
Dr. Ackroyd is as proud as he is blinded by his obsolete concept of medical science.
Can't say I agree. Yes, he was one
Do
of
you
those
need
headache.
my medical attention, dear colleague?
I would have been confused if anyone other than you had asked that question, Dr. Reed. But your help is welcomed.
There is no shame in helping each other. We're colleagues, after all.
Many doctors I have known are too cynical to think that way.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
Okay, who was the last? Oh yes, Tippett's outside. I think that's him, isn't it?
We are horrific, lad.
Good evening, Dr. Tippett.
Dr. Reed, any good news to share?
Do you need any medical assistance yourself, Doctor?
Yes, indeed. But don't worry, I am perfectly capable of taking care of myself.
I've seen your medical practicing.
No doubt about it, but you are still ill all the same. Please, take this medicine.
I appreciate your concern, Dr. Reed, To be honest, I just did not take the time to diagnose myself.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
There we go. I think that's everyone in this region. Yes, yes, yes. Ah, the docks, the docks. Cold for him, and cold for him. Look at all this lovely experience in the docks. Thoroughly delicious. Oh yes, I forgot he's still around. I haven't killed him yet. How thoroughly lax of me. But I'll keep him now until, I think until I do the mass slaughter of just the entire region. Which means, of course, doing a few more of the side missions there to get all their hints. As we get the maximum experience I can.
Over there! There's one of them vermin!
Carry on, folks. Carry on. Have your fun. Too busy and to stop to pay attention to you all. I don't know why I keep going that direction. This is fabulous. The place is a war zone. Look at this. They're rumbling in the streets all over the place. Oh, highly amusing. Vermin indeed, how dare you. No, no, by all means, have fear. Will you stop shooting me, you pain in the ass? That's like one of those Indiana Jones scenes or something. Just let's all pray, bang. It's like power of prayer compels you. Shot.
You again. What do you want?
Do you need medical help?
Medicine?
Yeah, I do. If you can throw in some drugs...
That's quite a title game, Shirley.
So you can sell them on the black market? Sorry. I'll only provide you with exactly what you need.
Fair enough, Dr. Reed. Don't cost me nothing to ask.
Oh, it will cost you in future, believe me. Once I find out your last hint, it'll be like 4K experience.
Goodbye, Mr. Digby.
Hey, James. Okay, that's him. Needs recovery. He was down beside the merchant, I think, down in there.
Good evening, Miss Cox.
Hello again, Dr. Reed. What do you want?
Highest hint is between these two. G level 5. Sure, I probably just have to spy on these two, no doubt. Just a matter of which one I have to spy on.
These parts would be running completely amok.
The wet boot boys. Lost boys would be more fitting now.
Good evening, Mr. Woodbeat.
Good evening to you, my young doctor.
Have you always been so bitter?
It's not bitterness, it's poorly masked disgust. When everything turns to shit, we all have to eat a spoon or two.
With everything that's happened recently, the war, Spanish flu, I must concede that these are difficult times.
A few nights ago, I saw a kid eating a rat. He was right in front of one of those abandoned houses nearby. Just chewing on a living rat's insides.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
People used to feel safe around here. They had the gangs protecting them. Now all they do is bicker and plot against one another.
Missing the good old days, are
It's
you not?
Trust
definitely,
me, son.
definitely been used a lot.
The longer you live, the less meaning your existence will have.
But it does
You need to remember the days you still
does
had
prove
to
one of the
live.
more useful camera angles for basically getting things done.
And what about the gangs?
Back in my day, people trusted the wet boot boys. We looked out for the docks and its families. Nowadays, they're just a bunch of greedy fuckers.
You were a gang member.
I was their leader for a time, believe it or not. Now these bastards act like I'm nothing. Not one of them. They owe me some damn respect.
There we go. That's him fully maxed out for
Goodbye,
my
sir.
cleansing to come. Down this way somewhere, if I remember right.
I hope that...
See, unlocked
Good
everything
evening,
yet
Mr.
in him.
Throckmorton.
I doubt it.
Dr. Reed, can I be of any assistance? Have you noticed anything suspicious lately?
You mean like more corpses on the ground that you stand right beside, you putz? Oh, what's required of him to unlock some of his hints?
Goodbye, and good hunting, Mr. Throckmorton.
It's not giving me the option to burn them. Oven? What oven? There's an oven?
I hope they'll all return to the shadows once the epidemic has passed.
Oh, there's an oven. There we go. Where'd he go? Oh, there he is. you almost wouldn't see him. Get the fuck up. Stand your lazy ass up when I talk
Good
to you.
evening, Mr. Throckmorton.
Dr. Reed, can I be of any assistance? Have you noticed anything suspicious lately?
I'm afraid your posters were destroyed.
It cost me good money to print those posters. Such a pity people don't take the vampire menace seriously.
Did you really think the posters would be useful?
See the sad saint of the East End? How a single man can help so many people? I consider myself the discreet protector of these men and women.
Sure you do.
Tell me, Ichabod, Why do you consider yourself the protector of Shornhampton Shelter?
He is a truly inspiring example. Dedicated, pious. His shelter is open to all, whoever they are. Most admirable.
He's so observant, isn't he?
Have you heard any rumors
Okay,
regarding
what
Shornhampton
Shelter?
Shelter?
Okay, would have slaughtered this entire goddamn area.
But I'm keeping an eye out.
He'd had all of London a wasteland within a week.
Goodbye, and good hunting, Mr. Throckmorton.
I hope they'll all return to the shadows once the epidemic has passed.
They would have all been chewing their own boots by the end of the week.
Good evening, young man.
Any new tidbits of information from him lately? He still has 2 more. There's 2 more hits need to be uncovered for him. I probably have to spy on him or something.
Show me what you have to offer then, Mr. Nightingale.
Well, two weeks of it was a slow night for him. Where did Rodney go? Ah, there he is.
Good evening, Mr. Grader.
Are you sure nobody followed you here, Dr. Reed?
What can you tell me about this district?
The East End Docks only knows one rule.
You're not Loxner, I wish I was.
Blood calls for blood. The gang will have their revenge on me one way or another.
What can you tell me about the locals?
Most people would say that Sean Hampton and Tom Watts are good men who try to sort things out. But for me, the real boss around there was my best friend, Jack Gillingham.
Jack Gillingham, you say?
Everyone round there knew Jack. He was a rock, a mountain even. He feared nothing.
Your friend Jack has something to do with you fleeing to the contaminated
Resident
area
Evil 2
where
remake?
I
Oh yes, I streamed that a couple
know
weeks
more.
ago.
Jack is dead. That's all
It's
you
on
need
my,
to know.
if you click on the my Twitch link, it'll take you to
So much
my YouTube
violence,
channel. You'll find my
so
playthrough
much
of
sorrow.
Resident Evil 2 a couple weeks ago.
All of that because I refuse to be insulted again.
The docks are being consumed by violence. Any war you may have started was already brewing underneath the surface, just waiting for a spark to ignite it.
Perhaps you're right. The district was doomed before I was born. But I cannot stop myself thinking that Jack died for me.
Why do you say that?
After I killed that gang member, the wet boot boy suspected
Yeah,
Jack.
I replayed again in time because I wanted to
He did not refute the
replay again before 3 comes out in. I think it's the 3rd of April. The Resident Evil 3 comes out, isn't it?
You are not going to spend the rest of your life hiding, Rodney. What are you planning to do?
Honestly, I have no idea. How am I supposed to live while so many have suffered because of me?
Only you can answer that question. But one thing is certain. Since you owe Jack your life, I think it's fair to live it in a way that would make him proud.
That's the kind of thing Jack could have said, Dr. Reed. Thank you for that. I believe you're a good guy too.
The death of your friend has affected you deeply, hasn't it?
Jack Gillingham was the real deal. He believed we could change the world if we were united and focused enough. And he brought out the best in each of us.
You're right. He died to save you. That alone gives me an idea of the kind of man he was.
He was the bravest. And no one dares to say openly that he got killed by those bastards.
Your friend's plan was audacious, if not reckless. No one stands up by themselves to a gang like the Wet Boot Boys.
How dare you say that? You never met him.
There we go.
Do you need help, Mr. Grader?
Death by disease or by bullet? Do I really have to choose?
Well, I have nothing to stop the bullets, but this should make you feel better.
You have a strange sense of humor, Dr. Reed. But thanks anyway.
There we go. That's him up to snuff as well.
Goodbye, Mr. Grader. Take care.
Yeah, let's see. Oh, what's that? Oh, something happening down there. Let's check that out. Okay, that's one more hint for Edwina and him. I'd like to have to. Which one of those two do I have to spy on to get their last hints? I'm sure it's one or the other. I just don't know which. Seymour, he's maxed and he'll be chewed on. The mother. I'll speak to her now, see if she has anything to. Nightingale. A couple more hints from him. Who's that? Dyson Delaney. He's maxed out. Can't say I blame her. First time I saw Dr. X, I think I almost had an underwear accident myself. I was like, oh, they made him a big fucker. So I hope I wish she'd show up again just so I can have my my cleansing of the docks to be complete. He's fully up. Where the hell is he? Oh yeah, that's the vampire hunter twit. Oh my. I gotta start paying more attention to Tom. 4 more hints and he's already at nearly 3,000 experience. So I think I'll do a little more chatting with these two. Let's see what the mother has to say.
Good evening, Miss Gillingham. May I come in?
Well, the liquors were definitely they were quite a significant threat compared to the original.
So, Dr. Tippets, what brings you back here? We haven't talked in quite some time.
I actually would recommend this game, which is unusual for me. I very rarely recommend games these days. I'm very cynical of most of the AAA industry.
Concerning Sean Hampton's shelter.
I've never heard that name
But this
before.
one would definitely be definitely worth a playthrough or two just to try all the good and evil sides.
Goodbye, Miss Gillingham.
Where'd the... Oh, there he is. So we spy on him, huh? Oh, what's in the chest?
I know I've got something that'll strike your fancy. If not, I'll find you something.
I have a number of games collecting dust. I still have The Witcher 3. I still haven't even... I keep starting it. Get to like the Ciri training scene after a bit, but that's about as far as I get.
Are you certain you're not lost, sir? You seem quite a stranger to these parts.
I got tons of games. I've still even got Pillars of Eternity. Well, the next one I might try, I'm tempted now to try that, we call it Rituals of the Night. It was like the homage to the Castlevania Symphony of the Night game that came out recently. Made by the same guy, too. Since Konami wouldn't let him make another Castlevania game. So he just said fuck you and made a spiritual successor to it. From what I hear, it's done pretty well. Come on, do what you need to do, come on. Maybe I'm too close to him. Come on, make your way to the house, go inside. Give me some juicy tidbits of information. I want you all as maximum experience as I can for the purging. When I come through the docks like a damn tidal wave of death.
Please, sir, come and have a gander.
Maybe I have to unlock something else before he'll go into the house and do something. Oh, wait, there we go. Finally. Oh, they're in the bedroom. Shit. Where's the way out of here? Ah, missed it. Where the hell did they come from? My bad about that. Didn't know where to go. Where do I have to go to see what they're up to? Are they still in there? They're still in there. I can find where... God damn it, where do I need to go? Come on, let me see where. Upstairs, maybe? Ah, there we go.
I'm sorry to say, but you haven't yet paid me for the clock I brought you last time.
The clock? Oh, yes. I found a broken clock in the living room and I couldn't remember where it came from.
You broke it? Ah, that is unfortunate. It was such a beautiful piece of work.
Really? Oh, I'm so clumsy these days. I'm so sorry. How much was it?
Oh, so he's pilfering from her, eh?
This will be enough. I can't make you pay the whole price if it's broken.
That's so kind of you. I'm going to make some tea now.
It will be enough until the next time you forget it, you old bat.
Shadow of Mordor?
Always ask me for advice.
It was pretty good. Their whole Nemesis system was intriguing. I didn't play the new one though, because once I saw then that they changed over the whole fucking system where the bloody orcs became loot drops, I was like, yeah, fuck that. I am not purchasing that kind of shit with all their fucking microtransactions for that nonsense. So yeah, I avoided the second one.
Good evening, Miss Gillingham. May I
But the
come
good one
in?
was the first one was enjoyable.
Of course. So, Dr. Tippets, what brings you back here? We haven't talked in quite some time.
Enid, listen to me. You must not trust Martin Nightingale. Do you understand?
Martin reminds me so much of my Jack. I've not seen him here in quite some time.
Assassin's Creed. I
Martin
have
is
not
not
played many
your
of the
son,
Assassin's
Miss
Creed games at all.
He's taking
I think I played the first one, the second one, played a bit of the third, and that was about it.
My son's name is
I
Jack.
don't think I've really know like
He always
100% gone through any of them except maybe the first one.
Who is this Martin you speak of?
Please listen. Martin is a young man who extorts money from you. Because of your vulnerability, miss.
What are you attempting, Dr. Tippets? If this is some kind of new experimental procedure, well, I do not like it one bit.
Just can't convince some people.
Goodbye, Miss Gillingham.
Now, Mr. Nightingale, let us chat.
Good evening, young man.
There's no need to call me that, Dr. Reed.
It's time to confess, Martin. You've exploited Miss Gillingham's weakness to your own advantage, have you not?
All I've done is smile at her and be kind to her. I've done no other harm than giving her what she needed. This is no crime.
You really are convinced you did nothing wrong. Young man, you are a fascinating case of shameless selfishness.
Can blame my folks for that. They taught me never to expect nothing from anyone except lies.
So it's bad parenting then? How convenient. Where are your parents?
6 feet under, I suppose. When the flu had weakened my father enough for him to be too weak to
Sounds
punch
like
me,
her.
I figured it was time to run away.
Is that why you
The
let
joys
them
of the
die
X's.
the flu? Because your father was beating you?
When the epidemic started, last summer, I begged them to leave town. Neighbours were dying, houses were looted, but they chose to stay.
Do you have any regrets about what happened?
I haven't got regrets, but sometimes I'd like to make sure they're gone. Dead for good. Like, it helps me sleep.
A cheery notion.
Show me what you have to offer then, Mr. Nightingale.
Okay, let's see. Music box. Okay,
Are you certain you're not lost, sir? You seem quite a stranger to these parts.
let's see what this does for her.
Good evening, Miss Gillingham. May I come in?
Of course, of course.
Of course, of course. What's the worst that could happen?
So, Dr. Tippets, What brings you
I
back
swear,
here?
if you call me Tippets once
We
more,
haven't
lady.
talked in quite some time.
Tell me, Enid, why do you feel guilty about your son?
I know I'm a burden to my Jack. I know my mind and my thoughts are drifting away. I'm so sorry. I can't help it.
This is not your doing, Miss Gillingham. You do not have to apologize for your condition.
Of course I don't, Doctor. I've done nothing wrong, I swear it. What exactly are we talking about here?
Goodbye, Miss Gillingham.
Sounds like a politician I knew. Okay, I think everyone's healthy in this region. Relatively. And to go to these two. They both seem to have very high experience, I just haven't unlocked yet. Whereabouts are they? They were back down in that region, I think. Near the killer. First, that area. So from here. Ooh, wrong direction, wrong direction. Clumsy, clumsy, clumsy. Ooh, over the hills into the woods to grandmother's house we go. What the? I'm even running into the damn things. Okay. Oh, it's Lottie. It's now a bad time to tell you your sister was delicious. Thought so. What a shame, though. I think she had some good experience. Ah, well. Purge one way or another. Okay. To Tom and Sabrina. Oh, so I did. Look at that. I know quite a bit. Goody, goody, goody. Ooh, a body, you say? Where? Is the body in the street or down in the docks? take a little look around. Your shotgun is very good against those guys. Okay, ooh, is this body maybe? Ah, there we go. What's this now? Like that was hard to know. It's as useful as a fart on a windy day. He's somewhere around here too, isn't he? There you are, you big dunce.
Good evening, Mr. Throgmorton.
Dr. Reed, can I be of any
Yeah,
assistance?
you must be really close to treating the guards to think you're a putz.
Lately?
You've never faced, let alone killed, a vampire Ichabod. You're a fraud.
No, I'm not. I may embellish the truth concerning my achievements, but I'm totally dedicated to my quest.
Quest. What do you think? Lunatic.
You mix your beliefs with myths. In the end, you're no better than the other lunatics howling at the moon.
Well, that's not true, sir. I've already faced one of these creatures.
Oh, really? And you're still alive.
Well, we did not actually fight. I let it go.
What do you mean?
I entered the vampire's den. The stench was terrible. I was ready to kill it. But then I saw it. Just a suffering soul like you and me. I spared her.
Tell me about the vampire you spared.
She was a girl. Her body was a mess. I could see pus running from the deep wound. She was crying in pain.
You cared about her. That's what defines us as human, Ichabod.
Yes.
Speak for yourself.
She was a truly evil creature. I'm haunted by the tragedies she caused ever since I spared her.
4,000 experience from him. Nice.
Goodbye. And good hunting.
Ooh, I'll get some good experience from this place once I clean it out of all its lunatics. He's squealing. Oh, didn't even see her there. Oh, do stop your squealing. Okay, I think this way. Yes, back to talk to Tom and Sabrina.
He didn't deserve this.
Welcome back, Doctor. What can I do for you?
Goodbye, Mr. Watts.
Times like these, a good drink's just as likely to cause a problem as to solve one.
You still working at this hour? That's what I call dedication.
Goodbye, Miss Cavendish.
Must have to spy on these two or something. But unfortunately, though, I think I'll have to do that a little later. It's time for dinner. Food is being cooked, almost done. Lost track of time with all this. But yes, in another night or two, this place is going to be an absolute feast. But I should be back on in about an hour or so, folks, to continue on with the rest. Don't want you all to miss the mass slaughter. So thank you for following in, Enjoy. So once again, if you would like to enjoy the videos, click on my Twitch channel. It will take you to my YouTube. You can follow my videos there. There's also a donation button if you wish to support my project to remake the original Blood Omen. So thank you again, folks, and I will see you in about an hour, maybe two. And we'll carry on with this little quest of the docks before it's exterminated. Good evening. Chat to you all a little later.